Hello everyone, welcome back. Thank you so much for joining me. I hope you had an amazing holiday festive period, whatever it was you were doing. So you know I had to do this review. This is new launches from Rare Beauty. We're going to be looking at the Positive Light Silky Touch Highlighter. Where is that in focus? Here. And the Positive Light Under Eye Brightener. So I have a few different shades. I have 3 of the powder highlighters and 3 of the eye brighteners. I did purchase these myself because as soon as I saw them, I was like, I want them. I do usually get PR from Rare Beauty, but I'm impatient, so I had to get these. Just before we get into that, if this is your first time here, hi, my name is Robert. I'm a professional makeup artist here on YouTube and also in real life. It's my goal to help you become a pro yourself, or just someone who's really good at makeup. So if that sounds like something you are interested in, then do please consider subscribing. Okay, let's do it. I only have eye primer on my eyelids. I'm trying a new one today. I am a bit creasy up in the lids there. So we're going to be brightening the under eyes. What I want to do, I want to try the under eye brightener by itself, and then I want to see how it looks on top of foundation, and then of course a highlighter on our foundation as well. Okay, so let's take a look at the brightener. This is the shade Light, which I think is super light for me. Maybe I'll use that on top of the foundation afterwards. I do like this curved packaging. Nice. And then on the tip, that's so interesting. That's going to be super cold. This metal applicator. I have never seen. Have I seen something like this? I don't think I have. That's really cool. Very unique. Let's try and find the shade. So this is Light. And then we have, what else did I get? I got Medium, which is like this. That's probably more my shade, really. And then we have Light Medium. Okay, so Light Medium is a little bit lighter than Medium, and it kind of has more of a rosy tint. This is more yellow than Medium. So let's do a Light Medium first and see how we get on. This is really exciting. It's really cold, but that's really nice. It is a very lightweight texture. You know what? I'm gonna use my finger to tap it in. I just feel like it's that kind of vibe. God, a little bit really does go a long way. I don't think I use that much, but it's really, you know, blending quite far out, but also holding its place, you know? That's a really nice texture. It's strange. Oh my god, that's so nice. Oh my god. Okay. Wow. Okay, so it's really lightweight, but at the same time, I feel like if I added a bit more, it would give me a little bit more coverage. It doesn't look, I mean, look, it looks like skin. It looks like healthy skin. I really like that. Ooh, okay, so let's do a little bit of foundation, and I think what I want to do is try a little bit more on around the eyes. Maybe we'll add a bit of brightness in those key points, and maybe a little bit of deepness to the middle, just to kind of neutralize it a little bit. And then I might try it, I know it's under eye, but I might try it in some other areas, and then we can go on one of the powder highlighters too. Okay, so foundation on. Let's try, okay, here's what I'm gonna do. So I'm gonna take Medium now, which is a little bit more yellowy. And I just want to put in those areas where I have a little bit more darkness, where it's a little bit, where it's a bit darker. You know what I mean? There's a kind of need for me to go in heavier with this product, but I really don't think you need that much. I think first impressions when you put it on, and especially with a name, you're thinking like, okay, I need more if I want a good coverage, but you really don't. And I actually think the applicator at the end, that metal kind of twisted, almost like a lemon grater, juicer even, stops you from going over the top, because I really don't feel you need that much. That's nice. It's a really strange texture in a good way. I don't think I've really experienced this kind of formula before. It's not as liquidy as concealer. It's not creamy like concealer. Oh, it just has a nicer shine to it. It just has a really beautiful glow. What I want to do, let's take the extremely light one, which was Light, and we'll just tap into those areas where we want a little bit more brightness. I might go in here a little bit too, actually. It looks like I'm beating up my eye, but honestly I'm not. So I'm quite like shadowy in this inner area. So I'm gonna go right up to the nose here. Right up to the nose, right around the nose. Give it all a little bit of a buff in. This eye primer is really not doing so well. Okay, let's just try it on these areas where I'm a little bit, whoops. I'm just going to treat it like concealer. I really don't think it's meant for the rest of the face, but I don't see why not. Cute. Just as like a subtle glow. Sometimes you don't want to wear heavy concealer every single day. Yeah, nice. Nice. You know what? I need a little bit more here. The only thing I would say about maybe using it on the face is because it does have that nice kind of shine and glow to it, you would have to powder because it is so reflective. Reflective isn't the word. Shiny. I do just want to add in here that this product, according to the website, you can use on the tops of the cheeks to add a little bit of highlight to it, so it does really always have that nice shine and glow to it. So still what I'm about to say is true, but you can use it on areas of the face where you want more of a glow and on top of your concealer. Because it really does capture the light, which is great around the eyes because you want that brightness, but on the face sometimes it can look a little bit greasy or a little bit shiny, even though it doesn't feel greasy at all. So do just be wary if you're going to go ahead and use it on the face, and not around your eyes is what I'm trying to say. I really love a concealer under the eye that doesn't necessarily have to be full coverage. It's almost like using a beauty balm or a tint, but in, what's happened to my eye? Why is it so red? But in concealer form, you know? This would be great on an everyday kind of situation. Maybe it's summer, you need something lightweight. Maybe your skin's a bit drier this season and you don't use anything too heavy, or maybe you're just not going all out with your makeup, but if you want your skin to look like skin, beautiful. I can imagine as well, I think I could use the medium on my skin without any foundation and just use it to correct some little areas, but neutralize without it looking like heavy concealer. We'll see how that sits under the eye. So I also have 3 shades in the Positive Light Silky Touch highlighter. Sorry, I had dairy this morning. When I saw these, I was really excited. Look how smooth. It really is capturing those 2 circles you can see are my 2 circle lights, and not ring lights, are just big LED circles. Oh my God. Oh, I want to lick it. I wasn't going to lick it, but I kind of want to. So this is Enlighten, which I believe was the lightest. I got the shakes today. Jeez. I'm okay. I'm fine. I just haven't lifted my hand this high for a while. This is Mesmerize. Oh, that's cute. This is like a rose gold. It actually looks more goldy on camera. In real life, it definitely has a pinker tone to it. And this one is Exhilarate. I'm going to take Exhilarate first for more of a highlight that's neutral to my skin tone, if that makes sense. And we're going to do it on a wider scale. So I'm going to take a powder brush and let's do this kind of general area here. Silky smooth. I saw so I was reading comments on, I can't remember what it was, but somebody was like, it looks glittery, it looks something. It's not, it's in no way glittery. There's no glitter in it at all. I don't know why people think it doesn't look glittery. I don't know where they got that from. But yeah, it's not glittery. It just looks, it just is how it looks, like really, really smooth. Silky as it suggests. Let's go under the brow here. Let's create this nice C shape. Let's have glowy skin. Look at that, look at that, look at that. Ooh, ooh. People say not to highlight the nose, but we do. Who cares? Cupid's bow. I'm gonna leave my forehead today. Let's go around the edges of that highlight, really buff it in, make it become like part of the skin. It just catches the light where it needs to be. That is beautiful. Okay, so let's do like a super highlight. I'm gonna take the lightest one and I'm gonna touch that just in areas where so here, so for example, the light catches my skin, but to accentuate that, I'm going to tap it on this area, the lightest one, where the light like captures my skin in points, if that makes sense. I'm not going to worry about blending it in too much just yet. So we're accentuating those touches of highlight. So not just the whole area, but those tiny points. And then we can blend that in nicely with a clean brush, so we don't add any more highlight. But we're not going to go crazy blending it in. We just want to keep it concentrated to those areas. So I'm just blending around those little bits. So we have glowy skin, and then we have those few little points of like super intense glow. Glowy skin, and you can see the little points where it catches a little bit more, very subtle. Nice. Okay, here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna do an eye look, and I'm going to let this sit under my eyes and just see how it sits for a while, and then I'll be back with you and we will reconvene, whatever the word is. Okay, so I've done a little eye look quickly, and I'm still very impressed. My under eyes still look nice and glossy. Glossy is the wrong word. I don't know how to describe it. Like glowy, like it has a natural like skin. Like, yeah, I'm just really healthy today. My skin looks great. I love the glow I'm getting. I love the subtlety of the coverage. I am going to powder, just out of interest, some areas that I would usually powder on my face, and just see how it looks when the areas I want to be shiny and glowy are still glowy with a touch of powder. I do sometimes go over highlighter with powder, just a little bit around the edges, like that, just to, I don't know, it just kind of makes it look a little bit more seamless with the skin. Yes, I do. That's what I can say. Yes, I do. I really, really like it. I feel like if you're into natural looking skin, if you're into glowy looking skin, then the powder highlighter is definitely for you. If you're sick of highlighters that just don't look real, but you're not too keen on cream, but you want a powder, but powders usually tend to have glitter, or they tend to be a little bit almost like some powder highlighters that I quite like do almost have this like duochrome where it looks like skin, then it goes pink, then it looks gold, you know? But this is very much true to the shade you get in the compact, and the glow you get is beautiful. I love this. I'm just a fan of Rare Beauty anyway, but I like that they stick to what their brand is. They have a really beautiful, natural kind of looking foundation that's buildable. They have a beautiful BB cream that's, tinted moisturizer that is stunning. And then they have an under eye brightener now, which is still in that kind of natural, neutral kind of area. I really like it. It's true to the brand, both these products, and I think it goes beautifully with the rest of their products. I really, really like it. I'm trying to think of a powder highlighter. I get asked a lot about powder highlighters, and I always recommend liquid instead, the Rare Beauty one and the Lisa Eldridge one. But now these powder highlighters, stunning, beautiful. I really, really like it. Rare Beauty, again, doing it. Love them. Incredible. Incredible. Maybe because I'm like quite a natural skin kind of person. Like, I don't mind full coverage, but I do like full coverage to look natural, you know? I don't like it to look like foundation. So with a glow, with highlighter, I always believe it should look like skin, unless you're doing something like you want to wear a blue or you want to wear a green. But if you're trying to get natural, I always feel like glitter isn't the way to go. Duochrome isn't the way to go. So if you want natural glow, this is it. This is beautiful. This will be stunning for weddings. Like pictures, where pictures need to be taken in real life. Beautiful. Okay, I'm gonna stop rambling. Thank you so much for joining me. Do consider subscribing, give this video a thumbs up, and I will see you very, very soon. Bye.